Do you know? Before humans had developed a nuclear bomb, an astonishing nuclear explosion occurred in Russia. As we all know, the first atomic bomb exploded in 1945, but this strange big explosion happened in 1908. In this program, I will give you a detailed account of this strange big explosion. At dawn on June 30, 1908, when the residents of the Evenki Autonomous Region in Siberia, Russia was still sleeping soundly, an abnormal noise suddenly came from the ground. After a while, there was another explosion like a cannonball. Immediately afterwards, a burning monster dragged a long flame across the sky from south to north, disappeared beyond the horizon, and ignited a huge flame. About 1 minute later, accompanied by multiple clear roars from a distance, the earth began to tremble, followed by 3 strong explosions, and a huge mushroom cloud rose into the sky. This is the Tunguska explosion that shocked the world. In this explosion, forests of hundreds of square kilometers were burned, the glass windows of countless houses were shattered, many electric lights in London. England was suddenly extinguished. People in some European countries saw daytime flashes. The Americans also felt the shaking of the ground. The explosive power was equivalent to 10 million to 15 million tons of TNT explosives, releasing huge energy equivalent to several thousand atomic bombs. More than 100 years have passed since the Tunguska explosion, but the cause of the explosion is still inconclusive, which makes it one of the biggest scientific puzzles of the 20th century. For a long time, many scientists believed that the explosion was caused by the explosion of a comet core or an asteroid, but a new discovery overturned this conclusion. In July 2004, a scientific team found 2 strange black stones in the Tunguska River basin. These 2 black stones are cubes with a side length of 1 to 5 meters. After research, scientists found that the 2 black stones were not natural substances, and had been caught on fire. Their raw materials are alloys used to make space rockets. At the beginning of the 20th century, only aircraft used this raw material. Russian scientist Lev Bins said, "Could it be that the explosion was caused by these 2 black stones? But where did these 2 black stones come from?" When everyone was puzzled, Lev Bin announced that the 2 black stones might be the remnants of UFOs. This statement immediately caused an uproar in the scientific community, and some people questioned. In Siberia, petroleum geologists often find different aircraft. These 2 black stones may belong to ordinary aircraft. But then the question arises, can ordinary aircraft cause such a huge explosion? Obviously, the answer is no. Since 1927, people began to search for meteorite fragments, and constantly put forward various hypotheses, trying to reveal the secret of the Tunguska explosion, but they have never been successful. It was not until 1945 that people found clues to the Tunguska explosion in the smoke of gunpowder. In August of this year, at the end of World War II, the United States dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan, which shocked the world. The atomic bomb exploded more than 500 meters above the ground, causing Hiroshima to fall into a huge disaster in an instant. The scene of the explosion has brought new revelations to the scientists studying the Tunguska explosion. The soaring pillar of fire. The huge mushroom cloud. The thunderous explosion. The violent vibration, the strong shock wave and the serious light radiation. This series of the phenomenon is exactly the same as the scene when the Tunguska explosion occurred. Therefore, Kasatsov, a Soviet military engineering expert, boldly put forward the opinion that the Tunguska explosion was a nuclear explosion. Soon, he put forward a bolder guess. The mysterious monster that created the Tunguska explosion was a spaceship visiting the Earth. In the late 1950s, after highly amplifying the soil in the Tunguska explosion zone, scientists discovered spherical silicate compounds and magnetite, which are the best explosion-proof materials for manufacturing spacecraft shells. Soon, another 100 people found tens of thousands of shiny balls in the Tunguska area, which were deeply embedded in trees or underground like bullets. Studies have shown that these pellets contain metal elements such as cobalt, germanium, and copper. This seems to indicate that the copper comes from the instrument wires of the flying objects, and the germanium may come from the semiconductor devices in the instruments. If the research results of the Tunguska Big Bang and various conjectures are connected in series, the conjecture that the spaceship visited the Earth seems reasonable. This puts a bigger puzzle in front of us. Do extraterrestrial intelligent life really exist? If so, what level of civilization did they reach? Will he threaten us humans? May they live in peace with us. That's all for today's show. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss the exciting content. See you next time.